And unfortunately, I think we're looking at the state of Indiana truly only getting one team into the tournament.
Yeah, because as we transition now, we're going to talk about, one non-Power 5 school to watch. And, I was looking for a team to put in there, and it just makes me sad because, I wanted, I'm sad about, because normally in our pregame or our Indiana preview for basketball, we're talking about Butler. They're not going to be very good this year. They haven't really been that good since moving to the Big East. They've had a few years here and there, but and then you've got I was looking at the Missouri Valley Conference because there's 3 Indiana teams in there. Evansville's supposed to be bad. Indiana State has a new coach. They're supposed to be bad. Valpo's supposed to be bad. I was like, okay, well then cool. I'll shout out my alma mater, Ball State. They're supposed to be bad. So I was like, you know what? I found the leading one of the leading scorers in the country last year went to IUPUI. He's not there anymore. So I was like, what do I do? what are we talking about as far as mid-major schools in the state? And so the school I went to, we talked about them a little bit earlier. Purdue Fort Wayne, the Mastodons. Their starting 5 is all seniors. You've got a transfer from Mount St. Mary's, Damian Chongqui. He averages 15 points a game. You also have Jared Godfrey, who averages 16 points a game, Jalen Pipkins, who averages 14 points a game, and Bobby Planutis, who averages 10 points a game. They were 40% from beyond the arc last season. They were one of even with that, they were still one of the worst field goal shooting teams across in the country in terms of mid-range jumpers. So they were solid if they either hit 3-pointers or layups. They didn't hit anything from the mid-range point of view. And they were bad defensively as well. So they obviously have some work to do. They obviously have to have it all come together this season. But hey, I mean, it's a team that has decent enough upside where I don't know. I mean, they're in the Horizon League. I don't know how. I think Wright State made it from the Horizon League last year, so I don't know how much of a stranglehold they have. But hey, maybe if the stars align, or maybe if the Mastodons have good enough shooters where if they get hot in the tournament, they could end up being the second team for the state of Indiana, in the NCAA tournament. So I mean, they are projected 8th, but if they can kind of clean up all the mistakes from last year, which I mean, a lot of that they were from what I can read, from what I read, were rocked pretty hard by COVID last year. So that could be a reason why they weren't very good last year either. So maybe once they get a normal, good year, maybe it can all come together. Maybe they're a dark horse for the Horizon League. So that was the one silver lining I found across the state.
Yeah, it is tough to find one. I want to go with Butler so bad. I'm going to say Butler is just one to watch because the city of Indianapolis and the state of Indiana needs Butler to be good. They need Butler to be good. Even if, we don't need Butler to be 2010, 2011, that time frame, 2000 or 2012, whatever those years were.
Yeah.
When they're making runs to play in the national championship game. We don't need that. We need Butler to be competitive, because when Butler's competitive, there's a different buzz about the state of Indiana. I think Butler is the one team that all fans of college basketball in the state of Indiana, no matter who your team is, can honestly get behind, except when they're playing your team, and cheer for. I mean, Purdue fans don't hate Butler. We don't. We love Butler. They gave us Micah Shrewsbury. Well, Brad Stevens did, but it's. Maybe IU fans hate Butler just because Butler's kind of owned them.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll say that.
Butler's been more successful in the last 30 years than IU has.
And when the spotlight's not on IU fans hate that. So maybe I can't say all fans, but they're a team that you can't hate them. You really can't, and that's why the state of Indiana is better as a basketball state when Butler is competitive, when Butler's good, not, we don't care if they're championship caliber good, just tournament. They're fun to watch in the tournament. They're fun to get behind. So it's not a team to watch like they're going to be sneaky good. It's a team I'm going to say, watch them. Just watch them. Literally, please, just watch them because they're fun to watch. It's Butler. And I don't know. I've always felt that way. I don't know if it's because I spent a lot of time around Butler University as a kid or, my high school when we played in regionals for basketball, it was at Hinkle, or if it's the magic of Hinkle Fieldhouse and, with it being the home of where the championship game was played in Hoosiers or whatever it may be. It's just Butler just needs to be competitive and all feels right then in the world of college basketball.
No, I'm with you. When you said the whole, they're the team the whole state roots for, that's how I feel about them too. You just kind of rally around them when they're good. So I'm with you 100%. So, hopefully Butler can get back some of their magic that we're used to seeing.
Where they're fun to watch.
Right.